Hey guys, it's Gus, and in last night's patch notes, they announced that they changed the Shadow Elemental Companion to be a single target companion, and I'm curious what that actually means. So let's see how well the Shadow Elemental does against the training room dummy. And the Shadow Elemental is, I don't even know if you can see it. It only really has two attacks, but it has a group buff. Whenever allies are near, they gain 1.5% crit avoidance and 2% movement speed. Does not stack, so multiple of them won't help. Then it has two attacks. Once it does once every 10 seconds, and once it does every 3 seconds. I have the rating set to 5k, and I'm going to do what I do in my, if you've ever seen my videos before, I start the clock as soon as I attack. So I'll summon him, and I will attack and start the stopwatch and get combat advantage. And we'll see how long it takes to take off 2 bars of health, because that will be 19 million damage. Is this a ranged? Okay, it looks like he's melee. And some people take that into consideration. So it's stab attack or the shadow assassination is ranged. Okay, his normal attack that he does the majority of the time is melee. So he's a melee companion. Let's see how far away we have to be to get that buff. For the so crit avoidance is 24.3 and movement speed is 70.5. Let me back away slowly and see what happens. Alright, here we go. Um, Crit avoidance 24.3, 24.3, 24.3. I gotta be careful, he might leave combat. That's actually pretty far. Is it over here? Oh, it was in there. 24.3. Should have buff up. What's. Hmm. So it doesn't appear to show up in the buff bar. 24.3. I don't want to leave combat since I already started the clock. So it's a minute and 50. And so his normal jab attack, stab, 80k every 3 seconds. That's actually kind of low. But its big attack. Wait, stab did 160. Okay, that must have been that was a crit. And then, where's his big hit? Assassination. Whoa, pre-mitigated 720,000. After mitigation 401. Hmm. There was a 508,000 hit. Where's that buff at? Is it Spider's Cunning? Is that the buff? Power? No, that's probably on one of the that's probably from the MTOS gear I was running last night. Creeping Death is what it's called. So if we have it, it does not show up in the toolbar. Hmm. I don't want to stop though because we're in combat. So we'll see momentarily. Ah, if you're watching this, it's boring as hell. After this, I'm gonna do the exact same test with the green scale and then compare it to the green scale. We're at 3 minutes and 17 seconds so far. It's not looking too promising to be honest. The green scale, if I recall, is like 4 minutes, but we'll see. My memory's very fuzzy with this stuff. We're getting close. About another minute. It's 450. That will sell quickly. Because the rest of them, that was just listed moments ago. 900k. What? 155? Yeah, the patch notes came out for me like at 2:30 this morning, so I obviously missed it. Somebody was on and bottom up. Good on you. All right. So we'll stop the clock as soon as I can see the white bar for the second bar of health. And then I'm going to back away and see how far that range is. I'm very curious. Remember, my crit avoidance is 24.3. And then the movement speed is 70.5. Okay, we're getting close to stopping the watch. This is where the human error comes in. But it's good enough. It seems pretty accurate. Um, Come on. Okay, getting close. Don't see it yet. There we. Oh, that chunked off. So 4:58. 4 minutes, 58 seconds. Now we'll do the same with the green scale. But I want to see how far this crit avoidance, this ranges on this buff. 24.3. 24.3. 24.3. 24.3. 24. What? Range is really far. Was I even getting the buff is the question. I didn't check the. Okay. So let me do the green scale. Let me just double check these stats. Crit avoidance 24.3. Movement speed is 70.2. Let's go. Oh, I'm in combat still. Dang it. So we'll go green. Okay. So 24 point. There is 1.5. So that range is pretty far. It's looking like. Holy shit. We should We're not gonna be able to find out in this training room, obviously. So let's go and reset the clock. Ratings are set to 5K, and let's repeat. So as soon as I attack, we'll start and start and give him CA. And now we'll see if the green scale does this in under 4 minutes and 58 seconds. See how much his backlog's gone up. uh, hasn't moved. Poop. Oh well. I would suggest to skip this boring part and just fast forward to the end if you're curious how the green scale stacks up to the shadow elemental. So the question is, let's say they do the exact same damage. Which one's better? The green scale being purely ranged, the shadow elemental being mostly melee, which means the melee means it could die more often and disengage from the enemy more often when you're trying to back away from mechanic. Or the shadow elemental, which buffs everybody with 2% movement speed and 1.5% crit avoidance. It's tough. Uh, I wouldn't go with either, to be honest, but I know a lot of people do. Probably stick with the grayscale, to be honest. It's cheaper too. And if you already haven't upgraded, the Shadow Elemental, I believe, is only available from a lockbox. I don't believe it's a dungeon drop. I could be wrong. So we gotta hit that bar about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So he's the Greenskull Bowman's actually behind the Shadow Elemental right now, time wise. We'll see how the second bar goes though. This poison damage is so cool. I believe the poison damage continues even if the green skill dies. which is nice because there's stuff that Greenscale will die to. What's my crit at? Didn't he crit? That's why. Look at this crappy build I ran MTOS with last night. Well, it's not crappy. I used the MTOS boots, the MTOS shirt. I had the speed boots on, or pants on. I just like to go fast. No idea why I had to Venomed in the secondary slot. I actually went with the Shermanwood because we're attacking so fast in there that I just like the recharge speed a little bit. And Weaver weapons. I still don't know what's better in Underdark, North Weaver or Mirage. I don't know. So I just went with the safe route, the Weaver. They're constant damage. I'm not good enough to play the Mirage weapons. They take too much skill. All right, so we're at 350. So he's got 1:08 right now to catch up to the Shadow Elemental. This can be close. 57 seconds left. Come on, Greenscale. And the reason I have tested the Greenscale multiple times in the past, I'm not using that same result, is because whatever build I used for the Greenscale last time, I'm not using this time. So you kind of want to test the two companions with the, hopefully if you want to do a solid comparison, you want to use the exact same build. Because your ratings, your stats, and your item level affect your companion's damage. Now, what does not affect your companion's damage is stuff like this. Outgoing damage, outgoing damage from these weapons. What do these do again? So you get 1% from these, 5% North Dark, 5%. So you can get 15% additional damage with these? If everybody's using them, of course. Okay, where are we? Oh! So we got... Hold on, we're getting close. Getting close. Almost. I gotta stop it right. And not quite. You guys see the white line? There we go. 531. That's holy shit. So 240. So 458 seconds is 240. 298 seconds for the Shadow Elemental. 331 seconds for the Greenscale. So we're going to take 19 million and divide that by 298, which is 63,758 damage per second. And on the Greenscale, it was 19 million, because that's how much 2 bars of health off are on the training dummy at 5% or 5k ratings. Divided by 331 is 57,401. So we're going to take 63,758 minus 57,401, 6,357. And we're going to take 6,357 and divide that by 57,401. So the Shadow Elemental appears to be 11% stronger, which is really nothing in the grand scheme of things, but it is a difference. 11% stronger. So the Shadow Elemental is 11% stronger, gives everybody 2% movement speed within range. I don't know the range, and 1.5% crit avoidance. The problem is it's expensive, it's not easily obtained, and it is a melee, which means it's more susceptible to death and disengaging for the enemy when you have to move away for mechanics. Very tough choice. Well, please comment below if you have any other questions. Stay class, Neverwinter. See you soon.